month with the drought in a lot of southern areas. How do we adjust our field planting? Oh man, y'all, field planting, pasture planting, it's been hard. It's been a year. You know what I mean? But in farming, there's always going to be something. You know, there's going to be a bug, there's going to be an insect, there's going to be a pest, there's going to be a disease, there's going to be a drought, there's going to be a hurricane. We're going to have a problem. We just got to not get stressed about it. We just pivot. We just go, you know what? I'm going to adjust a little bit. I'm going to do my best to steward the land, give it what it needs. So, by and large in Florida, normally by now, I like to be done with all field, food plot, and pasture planting by mid to end of April. That has not been the case this year. It's been so dry. So last month in the huddle, we talked about staggering our plantings, which I'm still doing. I'm not planting every seed that I've got all at once in the fields and pastures. I'm staggering. I'm still putting stuff out. I planted 5 days ago, I planted another round of Happy Hen Mix from a Hancock seed company, awesome Florida seed company, family-owned business that I put another round out the other day. I'm getting ready to do another round tomorrow because even though normally I'm done, it's been so dry. So I don't want to have no seed. So yes, if you plant now, your pasture is going to be shorter. It's not going to have as long of a growing system. It may not have the normal germination rate, but some is better than none. So I would say still do it if you still got seed. One thing that you can do if you're doing pasture and you don't have a no-till drill, which I think is a phenomenal option, also phenomenally expensive. You can rent those, by the way, per day. I would just go to a farmer next door who's got one and say, how much would you charge to, no-till drill my fields? I'll supply the seeds if you can do it for me. You can do a few 100 acres in an afternoon. Like, it doesn't really take that long. If you don't have a no-till drill, you could also cross-hatch. So do a row or two, skip a row or two, do a row or two, skip a row or two. And then in a couple weeks, instead of going north to south, do the same thing, but go east to west. So you're going to have some plots that didn't get done. You'll have some little squares that have been double hit, and you'll have some that just got planted the first time. But at least that way you've diversified your investment and you're going to have something. So yes, it's been challenging. The challenges are real. My farming friends that are doing cattle and livestock are just going, well, it's going to be a year where I'm buying a lot of hay. It doesn't have to be. You can still do a lot of things. Now, also in USDA zones 9 through 11, y'all be planting those perennial things around your livestock edges. So outside of the pastures, you can grow Napier grass. I'm not doing this in an annual vegetable garden, but Napier grass will grow 17 feet tall in 60 days. That's a round bale, like a $95 round bale. And you can, which is ridiculous right now, by the way, because BC, they were like $45 delivered, but that's a soapbox we're not going to get into. Some of you just got really triggered with me. But that's a round bale. So you can plant a Napier grass in the matter of a few months. It's going to be 17 feet tall. I never even let it get that tall. I put cattle on it, or I chop it and drop it and use it as mulch. The moment it gets to be 6 feet tall, chop it and drop it. And there's a lot of options like Napier. So you could do Napier grass, you could do Mombasa grass, you could do Mexican sunflower, both the rotundifolia or the diversifolia. That's a Tithonia rotundifolia or Tithonia diversifolia. You could do elephant grass. You could do Turk's cap hibiscus, not as horse friendly, but still horse forageable for fodder. You could do mulberry. There's so many things that you could be doing. There's a whole other class free for anybody. If you go to the Obsessed with Plants page on YouTube and you can just type in livestock, and there's part 2 of a full class that we did at the previous farm that I used to run that gives you all the information on that. So a lot of really good, really great options. You don't just have to do pasture planting. So think pasture edges. You can grow a lot more vertically than you can horizontally out in your pastures.